Why do you believe in God? Or why do I believe in God? When this is asked, we will give answers like the Big Bang, um, the evidence of the Bible being reliable through archaeology, or we'll say, some will say, well, the resurrection, or they will say it's apparent, or they'll talk about some type of feeling or this or that, and there's plenty more of reasons people give. But I think for most of us, and this is the answer that I give, and I haven't given it in the past, but it's the correct one. Um, I don't know. Atheists on YouTube, or I should say anti-Christian or anti-theists, try to say it's the fear of death, or it's the not being able to comprehend things without this worldview, or a need for this, or that it's possibly genetic. That last one, that it's something in the brain that's possibly a switch on and off, um, that a gene can have an effect on. He still wouldn't rule that one out, but I don't know. Is it fear of death? Well, no. Um, there might be some primal thing in there, but that doesn't last. I mean, people become atheists all the time, and they still fear death. It's the most natural thing, right? Um, fear of death and fear of pain is what keeps us alive, right? Um, just like certain phobias, fear of heights. Well, that actually is an advantage at a certain point, and still can be an advantage. These people have no fear of heights, and you're climbing these, huge buildings in Moscow or Ukraine, fall off of them. You're not spreading your your seed and your DNA. But I don't know. And thing is that I can give you a number of reasons why I think, but also even more of the reasons why I can elaborate is ineffable reasons. I can't communicate them correctly, right? And in dialogue with other believers, even Christian or not, there's kind of a sense of I understand. Even when I'm talking to an animist or a one of the few neo-pagans that are not Gnostic, or these people who just want to be in harmony with the trees, who don't have their YouTube sites and all that kind of weird stuff, or blah blah blah. But they're kind of like, hey, nature is, I see God speaking to me through nature and this and that. And yeah, I think rituals are really important, and rites of passage for both girls and boys to being men and women, that we lost that, and that's terrible. And um, but I don't know, but I also know, but I can't convey it. I don't think we have the language for it yet, and I think that's most people, if not, I mean, I think that's even the vast majority of people in the Christian West. But and even probably, I mean, even I believe this even amongst the Alawites and the Alevis, and possibly even not just Shia Islam, but Sunni Islam, um, that it's not definitive points. It's something that we can't, and this is why it sticks to us so much. It's something that we can't define or get rid of. It's just there, and it's in the fact that we've in, in modernization and secularization have cut down on these words, and the rise of scholasticism and systematic theology in the West, um, which was before the introduction of scholasticism, people like Anselm and Aquinas. But even before that, when you start having it have systematic, you don't have things like the holy fools of the East, and it gets more organized and more honed down and everything until you get things like Calvinism and Arminianism. Um, but maybe ancient people, pre-Christian people, pre-civilization people, I mean, Neolithic people possibly had words that conveyed this thing. And again, that's where the wonder comes from of the of the people who built these megalithic um, stone, not only Stonehenge, but the stuff up in Scotland and stuff in Ireland, because we have no writings of them. What were they like? All this kind of stuff. We know what they looked like. We know what what the islands looked like at the time, and the certain farming. What else from that? But I think the best answer is when asked, well, why do you believe in God? Say, well, there's a lot of points I can point to of, to defend my belief in God, and this backs up my belief in God, and it certainly encourages it. But at the end of the day, I mean, I don't know, and I can't fully convey that, and maybe it can't be ever fully conveyed to another person who is somebody who does not believe. And when I'm speaking of God, I'm speaking in the supernatural sense, you know, um, because Buddhism is not just the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path. There is a form of spirituality behind that, and most of Buddhism has embraced demons and angels and all this kind of stuff, um, and it's not atheistic in the sense of um, that we would see modern atheism. It's materialistic. It only fits one criteria, um, almost superficially. Uh, there are gods, but there's no overarching creator God that is infinite. But there are gods, and there are demons, and there are layers of hell and heaven. Um, but yeah, I think we should be comfortable in saying I don't completely know, because it goes far deeper in me than the intellectual mind, right? What do you think about that? To you guys out there, peace to you.